I don't want to deal with demons anymore. I beat my own demons, long years ago, and I won't. I'm not trying to battle anybody else's demons anymore because it's exhausting. I know people, I just don't know what to do. I know I have a gift, and I don't know how. I don't channel, I don't manifest, I don't summon, I don't do any of those things. I say prayers to God, and God usually answers my prayers. I am. What do I do? And I don't know if I would like someone to steer me in the right direction. In that way, I've been told to go to like government agencies, help them. I'm not working for the federal government. I'm not going to work for the state government. I'm not going to work for the city government. I will become a part-time firefighter though. Still want to go down the side of a cancer hospital, in a costume, so that way I can put smiles on cancer patients' faces, because cancer is, well, cancerous. And I used to say prayers, take people's you know cancer. I even prayed, like with tears in my eyes. I prayed God give me certain ladies lupus. you know I just, what do I do? I mean, I I've I remember one time when my ex-wife was having a night terror, and she was awake and her mouth was closed and she was looking up, and she was screaming, but she wasn't screaming. I could hear her voice. I woke up. We both looked up. I looked up and there was a demon above her. We're both sitting there, and it was weird. I mean, it was the infidelity demon. I met the same demon in San Antonio. My sister and Pastor Rich was there, and my sister jumped out of the car, and the lady had picked up a iron bar, was about to, probably decapitate another gentleman. And I told her, I stopped her. I was like, nope. And then, I mean, I could barely, this little short lady, younger or older, a lady, and my sister get out of the car. Pastor Rich locked the door, rolled the window up. My sister jumped out of the car. Said, Jim, the lady's a demon. I said, yeah, I didn't care. I I godly people can rebuke demons and cast out demons, but people got to be careful. I mean, they got to know what they're doing. I mean, they can't just cast out demons. Only Jesus can do certain things. I'm not Jesus. Certain you know religious, spiritual people can do that for people. I remember when my ex-wife had that night terror. I immediately jumped on top of her and I prayed to God, let me take the demon. And not I was started seeing demons. I remember it was in St. Mary's Hospital, and I was seeing demons everywhere, and my face. I remember now, but I was scratching my face. I was scared. I'm not scared now, but that I just did. There was just a lot of demons, and they weren't even my demons. But I wasn't the only one to see these demons. But what? After that is when I was on Tuda for 3.5 years. I was tortured. You know, I guess I took one for the team. No, not again. I won't do that again. Not demons, but if God ever allowed me to do something like that, I would take you know cancers and things like that. If I could ever do something like that, I would do that because I know I could do the research to try to cure these things. I've done research for cancer. They said when I was at university, the hospital, they said my blood was kind of special and things like that. My my cancer, I had a lesion in my head. I had bursting blood vessels. I think I remember a few days I was in San Antonio at the Riverwalk, and I was literally, blood from my nose and my mouth from the cancer. I think it was a cancer, bursting blood vessels, whatever they said was in my head. I was just, you know, but yeah, that the lesions are gone. I I consider it a miracle. It was cancerous because other family members have cancer. They're battling cancer. They're doing dialysis and things like that. I prayed to God. I did a podcast. I pray I could take my cousin Yuli's cancer, and I don't know if God's gonna let that happen. I don't know. Yeah, but the one thing I have found, I just got to find the flower. Because when I find the flower, then I think I have the lupus thing cured. I mean, I put my body through a lot, to doing the research. I did it because my baby girl, she we cried when she found out her mom had it. She didn't know what it was. I told her it was some form of cancer and things like that. I stopped after the divorce. I stopped, trying to do research because I promised my baby girl, to at least try. And I got to San Antonio and started research again. And a year and a half, different things, different drinks, different foods, different spices, different herbs. Uh, I say herbs because there's different strains of weed. I'm not gonna lie. I used indica and sativa, or I don't think I used hybrid. I think it was just indica or sativa. I don't remember. But I did that. Tried edibles and I tried smoking it and everything. And I don't know. I think that I like the edibles because they help with my. Cause I was also battling a what do you call it? Spinal injury. I had a spinal injury from a car accident, and I got in a bus accident in San Antonio, and I re-broke my hand. I fractured my left shoulder, arm area. I re-injured my cartilage, my ligaments, and my shoulder, my right arm, my neck, spinal injury, and I had a very bad concussion, and I hit my head 4 times, and on the city when I was in the city bus, I actually launched across the aisle and hit my head against. Uh, I don't remember if the seat with the handicap seat, the ones that go up with the the wheelchairs. I launched in 4 times. I did it within. I don't know the time frame. The Air Force grabbed me. I was homeless. I hadn't slept in 3 days, and I was talking, having a conversation with the Air Force veteran, and I was the fifth time I was, I started launching. The Air Force grabbed me, the Air Force gentleman, grabbed me and told me, "Say, I got you, bro." 'Cause I was, disoriented, concussions and things like that. But those type of things that I battled, but I still, did my research. I still, was, woke up in the morning, smile on my face, try to, inspire people, because there's people, worse off than I was. I I made a I started making writing a movie called what's the name of it? It was called oh Waiting at the Bus Stop. I think it was called. And I was a romantic comedy and things like that. I started writing that, and I I slept at many bus stops there, but I got to do the research. I was a bum. I was doing God's work. I was inspiring people, ministries. You would feed homeless people, the communities. Things like I did in Wyoming, Michigan. I did some of the same things there. But I help people, and even with the injuries, I didn't think about the pain. I didn't say woe was me. I cried a lot. I didn't when they told me I had 2 weeks to live when I was at the university hospital. I was scared. I didn't know. I didn't have anyone. I had to forgive people for purposely humiliate me. But it's that humiliation just opened my heart and made me want to cure these diseases more. I'm crazy, I guess. It just my pain is my strength. I don't know. I'm weird. I guess I don't know. It must be the Cáceres blood in me or something. I don't know. I won't ever give up. I promised my baby boy, and I almost gave up on the side of at the river walk. I didn't give up. I couldn't give up because I promised my baby girl. I promised her I would see her again, and I promised my baby boy I wouldn't give up. And I didn't. I was gonna let go, and I was gonna tell God. Then I was gonna tell God. Exhausted. Just helping others people and things like that. I was exhausted. For many 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 years of just of just physical pain from caused from other people, or you know I didn't look at it as 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 things that hindered my actions. I think looked at it as you know when people um, say prayers to God and they ask for something, God doesn't usually give the when people say prayers, they need to be specific, because I mean, if people ask for strength, God might put tests in front of people. God, people want say ask for, they pray for blessings. They put people put offerings of people to use their skills. When God answers prayers, it's usually for the person that says the prayers, to use their skills to to receive the blessing. Um, I don't care about money. Money is I'm not a materialistic person. I love music. I love creating music. I love playing instruments. I love jazz. I love playing saxophone, keyboard. Wanted to learn accordion and other things. I can play bass, drums. I can play a bunch of other things. But I learned. I never stopped practicing. Even when I was homeless, I had drumsticks and I practiced and practiced and I practiced singing. I practiced singing with a lot of independent artists in San Antonio, and that was awesome. I would try to do it here in Kent County, but these people here, just want to hurt each other. I brought people together when I was in San Antonio, and I was supposed to try to bring people together here, but these people in Kent County, they're a lot of them are selfish. You know, I try to help these people, and I'm not giving up. I'm just gonna do the things that I kept my promises. I told my baby girl I'll see her again, and I told my baby boy, I would never give up. So I'm not giving up. I almost did in San Antonio, but I could, I show appreciation. Thank you.